glad you're doing well. Love the show.
Hi, JB. So how did it go tonight?
Hi Cheryl, it went amazing. You know, I think we were still going towards the same idea, which is having lots of lovely friends all together. Variations of cuts, variations of color, variations of styling, variations of barbering, men's cutting, but all in a lovely atmosphere, and oh boy, it was busy. I think the whole place was
What did you think of the turnout?
That was great. I did not expect so many people. Because I was starting to calculate, so 15 people doing hair, 15 models, friends and families and bits from salons and stuff. I was thinking if we hit 150, 200, it would be amazing. But I think at one point it must have been about 500 people in there.
Yeah, do you think so? It was definitely a good crowd and a lot of people asking questions and taking pictures.
They were all very engaged, I think, which was very nice. And that's the whole point of tonight.
Right.
Is that usually if you go to see a hair show, you're quite far away from what's happening as a member of the audience, and you never really have a chance to talk. You never have a really chance to see close up what's happening with those hands and what the thought patterns and process is. But with that, you can go straight to the person that you want to see, ask them the question, and then you evolve from that point.
Right. So is that why you came up with this idea?
No, totally not. That was a total coincidence.
Really?
He started with a lovely gentleman called Ben Brown. Ben Brown is a really close friend of ours, and we were supposed to do a one-on-one training. And I said to Ben, well, you know what, instead, let's just share our social media. He's got a very large social media platform, so we do. And what we said was let's do a live together, and we open both phones, and then we just swap for you and me, right? And then my wife said to me, well, you just talked to John Keegan. Why don't you ask John? So, both of you doing women's hair, you can have a barber. I was like, oh, that's interesting. And then we went to one person. After the matter of 3 hours, we have 8 person as a line.
Right, and it's a great sharing possibility for social media, so everybody gets the word out, and it's a
and it's crazy because after when you think about it, why we didn't think about it before? Because social media is such a massive part of our lives now. I think he took over magazine, he took over most of the things in terms of information, right? So it's just so good because now you do it in a room, you've got everybody shares. But then you've got tons of people online, so it's brilliant.
Exactly. Now, you're taking this on a world tour. How many cities have you done this recently?
I don't know if it's a world tour, but I think it kind of organically grows because it's very easy to organize. There's no budget. There's no force to be there. There's no kind of product companies and so on and so on. So you can put tonight you had some Wella educators, you had some L'Oreal educators, you had some Goldwell educators, you had some barbers working in a small salon, you had some barbers working in an academy, right? So you can come from all the different backgrounds. And what we've done is now when we do some education in one country, I always ask the host or someone that's around that I know if they want to organize the event. So I think so far we've had 4 in London, 1 in Singapore, 1 in Dublin, 1 in Stockholm, 1 now in Toronto. Next week is Mexico. January it's Greece, and it's going to be Hungary. And then from now I haven't even started to talk to all the 60 countries where we go and do education because it can easily be organized. And every time I'm thinking, oh my God, it's the first one. It's going to be quite a gentle, but you know what, at the end of the day, the live is on. So even if there's not so many people coming, there's going to be a lot of people online.
Right, it's still live.
But always it's a massive turnout anyway, so it's brilliant.
That's good. Well, do you foresee this growing into something a lot bigger because this is such a great turnout and such a great support?
I think it's going to come totally out of our hands now because a lot of people are going to do their own version as well, which is great because this is what you want to do. But I think the next step for us is to actually set a live with Facebook, live with Instagram page, but instead of having one person hosting it, every single participant in all the countries is going to be able to be an admin to it, and we're just going to add stuff. So hopefully we get to probably one of the largest international hair community in the world. Why not?
I love it. Thank you so much for
Thank you, Mazella.
It's
beautiful makeup again tonight.
Oh, thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you, Cheryl.
I appreciate it.
Cheers, guys.
Okay, ciao.